Hey guys. Okay, so today I want to talk about mental clutter and how mental clutter can really lead to a lot of unnecessary stress. So, I'm sure most of you have heard that physical clutter really leads to a lot of extra stress and anxiety, right? If you've got this cluttered environment and all this stuff everywhere, it's just that much harder to focus on what you need to focus on. And, it's just like, this is there and that's in my way and this is happening and, I can't focus my brain because there's all this crap around me, right? Well, the same with the thoughts in your head, mental clutter. So, it's your to-do list. It's things that may or may not happen in your future that you're worried about, going through these scenarios of what might happen on the certain thing or something embarrassing that you did last week, or, like, oh, well, I have to get this done today and that done today and then this done tomorrow and then, oh no, something else has popped up. Now I've got to do that too. And like, oh no, but I didn't write any of this down because I'm so busy and now I can't even remember what all I have to do, and blah, like just clutter, right? And it's taking up a lot of time and energy and space in your mind. You can't focus as well because you're constantly just swirling around these thoughts. So what I want to talk about today is a way to get those thoughts out so that they're not taking up that extra space and energy and just adding on to the stress that you're already dealing with in your current environment. So a way that we can deal with that is with a brain dump. So maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. It's a really simple exercise. And I think there's kind of a couple different ways to go about it. So one way that I'm thinking is a great way to gain clarity, get your thoughts out, gain clarity, and then create an action plan on what really needs to be done. And then another way to look at it is simply just getting those thoughts out, right? Just being done with them. They're not serving me. Worrying constantly isn't getting me anywhere. Stressing about a situation that may or may not happen isn't helping me with anything. It's not serving me. So let me get it out. Okay, so let me just start and stop rambling. So what you would do is get out a piece of paper and a pen and set an alarm for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and just write. So write down any thought that pops into your head. Write down what you need to get done today, tomorrow, 5 years if that pops into your head. What was the embarrassing thing that happened to you last week that you can't stop thinking about? What are you worried about? What are you stressed about? Any thoughts that pop into your head, they don't have to make sense. You don't have to censor yourself. There's no judgment. You're not judging your thoughts. You're not like, oh, why am I thinking of that? That's stupid, or whatever it might be. You're not judging. You're just writing. You're just literally taking everything from in here and putting it down on paper. Okay? So you just write. And again, they can be things that you can or can't control. There's no wrong answer. Just write it down. Once the alarm goes off, the first way to go about it is to read it, right? Read everything that you just wrote. And then decide what on that list you can take action on. So asking yourself the question, what are my problems or stressors? And what action can I take to reduce or remove them? And then you would take out a second sheet of paper and organize your list. So what actions can you take? What's most important to take first? What action can I start taking right away that would make a big impact on my stress level? Simple as that. List it out, organize it. And remember too that action can be anything. So if there's something that's occupying your mind constantly, and maybe you've weighed your options, you've just read through it, things that you can or can't control, and you simply cannot change anything about it, then your action might simply be to just accept it. Accept the situation for what it is, rather than fighting it in your mind, right? Rather than resisting it. Well, you can't do anything about it. If you can't change it, you got to accept it. So how can you accept it? How can you approach the situation from a new perspective that feels less stressful? Think about it. How many perspectives can I look at this from? Which one feels less stressful? Let me try it. Sometimes just a simple perspective shift makes all the difference in the world. It can make a huge difference. So you've created this new list, right? Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. I didn't want to mess up or ramble too much. So you've created this second list on a new sheet of paper of the things that you can take action on and what that action might be, right? So from there you can create a plan. So what's most important? What can I take an action on now? What am I going to do? Write it down. What's next? What's next? How can I address these issues? So you've got that now, right? You've got clarity, you've got a plan, you've got an organized list. Now with the original sheet of paper where you wrote everything down, rip it up and throw it away. Just tear it up and throw it in the trash. You've just created a plan, right? And you don't need any of those extra thoughts or worries or anything like that swirling around in your head. They're not serving you. So let them go. Tear it up, throw it in the trash. Don't think about it again. You don't need it. So that's a great way for gaining clarity, right? Kind of organizing everything. You've got this new list. It's not just swirling around in your head. You've actually created a plan, in 5 or 10 minutes. And then you can start taking empowered action. If that doesn't resonate with you, or you feel like you don't need that in that moment, you can do the same kind of thing. Set your alarm for 5 or 10 minutes. Just write down your stressors, write down your self-limiting beliefs. Write down those negative thoughts you have about yourself. Because those take up a lot of space too that we don't realize. We're always telling ourselves these negative things, aren't we? Why do we do that? I don't know. But they take up a lot of time and energy and create a lot of extra stress. Write them down. Anything that comes to mind. Again, you're not judging. You're just writing. Then when the timer goes off, you don't read it. You simply just tear it up and throw it away. And nothing else needs to be done. You've literally just taken the thoughts out of your mind, put them on a piece of paper, and let them go. You've thrown them away. Your brain is now cleared. So there's really something about that writing down, expressing yourself clearly and not judging yourself, and you've just released that space. And then the physical act of throwing it away is actually really powerful. It may sound silly, but try it. I want you to try it. It's kind of like how you would clean out like your desktop on your computer, right? So you would click on an icon, drag it to the trash, and blink, you've thrown it away. It's kind of like that. You've taken it from your brain, you've put it on a piece of paper, and now you're throwing it away. It's not in your brain, it's not cluttering up your mind. Now you can focus on things that are actually serving you. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. That is a brain dump. Again, it's really simple, but really, really effective if you actually do it. So I challenge you to try it. Try it today or tomorrow. Give yourself 5 or 10 minutes and just write and just see what happens. And then from there you can figure out what avenue you want to take. Do you want to create a plan? Or do you want to just rip it up and throw it away and move on to the next thing now that it's released? So try it today or tomorrow, and I would love to hear what your experience is like, which you can either leave in the comments of this video or send me a private message. I'd love to hear what comes up for you and if you gain any clarity or how much it really helps your stress level. So give it a try, let me know, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right, talk to you soon.